false flags is nothing new. There's false
hang on.
flags that date back to the Roman times.
Now, the guy in New Orleans, he had explosive devices.
Yes.
Now, read off the weapons again.
Glock and 308 caliber rifle equipped with optics and a sensor. In other words, a scary black rifle chambered for 308.
It was an AR-10 probably.
Okay.
You can get one at PSA for $900. It's a damn good system.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not the shooty guy. I'm the beep boop guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm a former shooty guy, so I understand.
Yeah.
Now, I just don't understand. Like, for instance, the chief of police in New Orleans, she looked like...
Oh, my God, she's a joke. She looks like the freaking lunch lady.
She needs to eat a sandwich, number one. Number two, you could tell she's a diversity hire. So
yes,
they are not qualified to do the job. And we saw that, and people paid with their lives.
Yep.
Because there were blockades they could have put in place that they didn't. And she said she didn't know about them.
The bollards were malfunctioning.
Correct.
They have bollards for that section of the street. For those of you out there who don't know what a bollard is, it's the pillars that they sink into the pavement, and you push a button and they go whoop, so you can't get a car through there. I mean, you could theoretically get a vehicle through there, but it would get to the other side in pieces.
Yeah.
Because those bollards will shred your vehicle.
But they had other ones that were not retractable that they could put in their place when they failed. And
you just drop some concrete barriers in there, paint them a pretty color, off you go.
Yeah.
You know, it's not exactly rough security. In Germany, they dropped cement barriers a couple of years back when the Christmas attacks were happening. And put wrapping paper on the damn things.
And didn't Germany have the big attack too?
Just a couple, they had during the Christmas market a couple of weeks back.
So this is not just an American thing. You're going to see this taking place in the Western world, where all of the mass immigration or migration is taking place.
I'm not going to go further than to say that it's going on right now, but we're going to do a show. I'm telling you right now, we're going to do a show on what's going on in England, because the wheels are coming off of the Rapé cart over there. And we really need to do a show on that.
You know, the first ones that are going to flip out over there are the Irish, because they're only a couple decades removed from the IRA operations.
They will only take... When I was a teenager, I spent a lot of time down in Corktown. Friday nights were fight night. You went out and you looked for fights, and these were just teenage Irish kids.
Yeah,
you know, Sammy Meadow and a couple of the other guys. We go down to Corktown and then go downtown, over by St. Andrew's Hall or something, and just look for fights.
Yep,
and that's like their normal behavior. And they've got hundreds of years of this behavior, probably 2,000 years of this behavior. Actually, they're brawlers by nature, and those wheels are coming off. I guarantee you, the Irish wheels are coming off.
Yes. Because you can only take so much, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do a little bit of false flaggery. Starting with Operation Northwoods, a U.S. military proposal to disrupt Cuba. Now, this one I actually know something about. We studied it a little bit at one of the schoolhouses. Basically, we were subverting everything going on amongst the Cubans and in Miami. A lot of that was going on in Miami, New York, and Washington, D.C. There's a lot of Cubans that live in those areas.
There was training camps in Florida.
Yeah.
Where they were training.
Absolutely correct. Yep. They were going to target an empty ship in Guantanamo Bay and blame it on Havana. That doesn't sound familiar at all. There was no such thing as the USS Liberty or the one off the coast of Vietnam.
Or remember the Maine?
Yeah, or the Maine. You know, this has never been done before. Conduct a funeral for mock victims. In March 1962, plans were reportedly presented to Kennedy. That kind of stuff goes on all the time. Look, this is on a site called Spyscape, and apparently they do weird things like have dating parties where they teach you to be spies and stuff. So let's ignore that because that's silly.
Now, another thing, And this is just rumor control.
Yeah.
But we prepared all of these people to take back Cuba. They executed the operation. There were glowy people on the ground, taking charge, leading these individuals. And then Kennedy just said no air support, and they got creamed. Those are not the people that you want to do that to, because they will fuck you up.
They'll wait too. The scary thing about people like that is they'll wait. They'll wait until they think you've forgotten what's going on.
Yep.
And then they'll come and knock on your door, and it will be way too late by the time you figured out.
Or they'll have some patsy who could shoot 3 rounds out of a bolt action in 6 seconds or less and score 2 out of 3 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Operation TP Ajax. This was the coup attempt in Iran in the 50s, and the CIA did it again and succeeded when they took out the Shah. The Iranian government is entirely the fault of our CIA. It's Marxist Muslims, which is a huge contradiction, but extremely dangerous.
Yes.
Because they've got no conscience. They don't have any kind of a conscience at all. I mean, they hang women from cranes for not wearing hijabs, things like that.
Actually, remember, like, in the United States, they have these traveling carnivals that go around to different cities for, they make their living traveling around with the rides and the swingy things and what have you. In Iran and other countries in the Middle East, they have traveling gallows where they just show up and hang people.
Yes, that's true. That is an accurate statement.
It's like their carnival. It is disgusting, but it happens.
Yep. TP Ajax was to carry out attacks on mosques, which could be blamed on Iranian communists loyal to the government. CIA destroyed almost all the files in the proposed 53 coup, so full details aren't clear. Big shock.
Yep.
So it's all kinds of fun to find out that we are at fault for a lot of this stuff. Operation Susanna.
Well, hang on. Most of the fucked up governments in South America
are our fault.
Are our fault. 100%.
Yep.
All right, continue on. I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. 1954, Israeli army is suspected of recruiting Egyptian Jews who were caught with plans to bomb American, British, and Egyptian targets in Egypt. I remember this one. Clearly, I wasn't there for it, but I remember reading about this one. The Israelis it was just after they got Israel, 1947, and they were trying to start shit all over the Mediterranean to get more support for the newly formed Israel. Plot was exposed by Egyptian authorities before it began, much like the Nakam of 1946. You want to look that one up. The Nakam of 1946 is really nasty. Israeli Defense Minister Penis Levan resigned, but was he really to blame? Documents later released indicate that the head of military intelligence, Colonel Benjamin Gilley, may have acted without Levan's approval. Look, this is reality. I don't care who thinks what. Call me whatever you like. We cooperate with the Israelis on stuff like this far too often.
Correct.
And it's the whole getting involved in other people's shit thing that pisses me off.
Well, here's the thing that really bothers me. There's 2 parts. 1, it's none of our fucking business. And 2, I'm sick of paying for it.
Yeah.
I have nothing against
blood and treasure.
Yeah,
I'm sick of paying for it in blood and treasure.
Yeah, I have nothing against the Jewish community. I have nothing against the Muslim community. I'm just sick and tired of spending our own blood and treasure.
Do your own killing. If you want to start a war, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm not funding it, and I'm not sending my brothers to die for it.
Correct.
I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. The Stasi false flags. During the Cold War, the East German Stasis deployed Romeo spies, attractive men, and they used honey traps too. sent to entice West German secretaries to reveal top secret intelligence. The honey trap mission was also a false flag operation. Several of the female West German civil servants believed they were handing classified documents to members of West German peace advocacy groups. According to Jack Barsky, a spy ex-consultant, ex-KGB sleeper agent, many a right-wing radical had given information to the Soviets under a false flag, thinking they were working with a Western ally such as Israel, when in fact their contact was a KGB operative. That has gone on forever. Mata Hari is probably the most famous one. I believe that was World War II or
The
World
honey
War
trap.
I.
I mean, there's instances of that happening in our Revolutionary War.
Goes all the way back thousands of years, man.
The Romans, they had that problem.
Yep. Ninja Nookie spies.
Ninja Nookie spies.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Caser box.